Hello everyone. Today let's solve the problem number 169 majority element. Right. So what the question states here, we are given an integer array nums of size n. So here you can clearly see we are given an integer array of size n nums, sorry, integer array nums of size n. So we have to find the majority element which appears more than n by 2 times. So we need to find the majority element. Basically, what's the condition which appears more than n by 2 times? Just keep this in mind. This is very important, right? So it is guaranteed that such an element always exists and we have to return this majority element. This is what the question states basically. So let's come to the first example here. By looking at it itself, we can clearly see, we can clearly tell here that the majority element is 3 here in this case, right? So 3, 2, 3. So here in this case also you can just say, uh, yeah, 2 is repeated 4 times and the majority element is quite obviously 2 here in this case for the example 2. So simple to understand, right? So they have given us wonderful examples just for the sake of understanding. So this is easy to understand. So I hope the question part is completely clear. What shall we do next? Let's discuss the approach followed by the complexities and then let's write the code accordingly with the approach. First, let's discuss the approach. So here I have considered the same first example that they have given in the question, right? So nums equals 3 to 3. Here in this case, 3 is the majority element. By looking at it, we can just say that 3 is the this one majority element. So one thing, just keep this in mind. We'll be making use of the hash map. We will be making use of the hash map approach. Uh, we'll be making use of the hash map approach. Just keep this in mind, right? So let's move on with the step-by-step explanation here. So I have considered the same first example where nums consists of the nums array consists of the elements 3, 2 and 3, right? First step is we will be initializing the hash map. As I have already said, we'll be making use of the hash map. We will initialize the hash map to store the frequency of each element, right? So to store the frequency of each element, how many times the element is repeated, just to store the frequency, we'll be making use of the hash map, or we'll be initializing the hash map, right? So next step here is let's traverse through the array. When I say let's traverse through the array, we will add count for each number. We will be adding count for each number and then check if count is greater than n by 2. Why? In the question they have already mentioned. While reading the questions, while reading the question, I read the question out loud, right? So saying, given an integer array nums of size and we have to find the majority element which appears more than n by 2 times. That was the condition, right? So that was the condition if you remember. So here we will be traversing through the array. First what we will do, we will add count for each number, each element that is present in the array, right? So we will add count for each number, then we will check if the count is greater than n by 2. This part is very important. We will check if the count is greater than n by 2. If it is, then only we will return that number, right? So if it is, then only we will return that number as output. So here n equals 3, length we are speaking of here in this case. 1, 2, 3. N equals 3 we have. Size, right? Here in this case, n by 2 is nothing but 1. So 3 by 2, we'll go with 3 by 2, we'll get in decimal. So we'll consider the whole number here. In this case, it will be 1, right? So first what we'll do, let's come to the step by step, this one here. So forget about till here. Let's start with here. First what we'll do, we have the element in the array, nums array, we have 3, 2, 3 accordingly with the example, right? First we will add 3. Count, we will set the count to 1. Now 3 we have ones. Next we will add 2 here in this case. The count of 2 is 1. 3 and 2 are distinct right here. This, the count of 2 is also 1. Then again we will be adding 3 here. So this time the count will be quite obviously 2. We already have the 3 in the map, actually hash map. Now the count will be quite obviously 2 here in this case. Now as the count is 2, quite obviously 2 is greater than 1 accordingly with this condition. We went with n by 2. N by 2 is nothing but 1. Now we got the count 2 here and 2 is greater than 1. So what we will do, we will return 3. So we have added the element 3. In this case 2 is greater than 1 here. Count is 2. 2 is greater than 1, nothing but the n by 2. 2 is greater than n by 2 value, nothing but 2 is greater than 1. So we will return 3 as output. So we got 3 as output. So the output will be quite obviously 3, which is equivalent to the output that they have mentioned for the first example here, which is equivalent to the output that they have mentioned for the first example. So our approach works absolutely correct. Our hash map approach works absolutely correct on this case, right? So now we are completely familiar with the approach. As we are completely familiar with the approach, let's do one thing. Let's discuss the complexities as well. Then let's write the code, right? So here the time complexity would be big of n. Why the time complexity will be big of n in this case? We will be making use of the single pass through the array of size n. So this you will get it when we write the code. So we will be making use of the single pass through the array of size n. Quite obviously we'll be considering the array of size n, right? So we'll be making use of the single pass through the array of size n. And what will be the space complexity here? In the worst case, all the elements are unique in the hash map, right? So we need to store all the elements in the map. So quite obviously, the space complexity will be big of n. So the time complexity and the space complexity for the code that we'll be writing in the future will be big of n, right? So I hope this complexities part are completely clear, the time complexity and the space complexity. Now we are completely familiar with the approach as well as the complexities. Now we are good to write the code. Let's start writing the code. So what's the what will be the first step here? So we have already discussed that we'll be going with the hash map. So let's create the hash map. Why? Because we have to store the frequency of each number. We have already discussed this one, right? So let's make use of the hash map here. So I'll just go with hash map. So this one, let me give integer, and let me make use of the variable map here. So we have to create the hash map, right? So this will be new hash map. Just give me a second here. Map. Yeah, this is fine. So the next step here is, after creating the hash map, so we have to iterate through the nums array, right? Accordingly with the approach we are going. We are just articulating our approach in the form of code, right? Same thing that we are doing here. So here, let me give int num of nums. This is fine. So within the for loop, what we will do, the next step within the for loop, we have to increment the count for the current number, right? If it exists again, we have to increment the count for current number. So for that one, I'll be making use of the put property. You would have already guessed this one. So I'll just go with num map dot get or default. This one I'm speaking of, right? So this will be num comma 0 plus 1. This is fine. I hope this is fair, right? So the last step here is, or the yeah, the last step, we have to check if the number becomes the majority or not. So for that one, let's write the simple if condition here. We have to get the value of the number, right? For that one, I'll be making use of the get property that the map provides. Basically here, num map.get of num, if it is greater than, if you remember, it will be nums.length by 2. N by 2 we went, right? Here this is nums array, so I'll just go with nums.length by 2 here in this case. The size of the array or the length of the array, right? Nums.length by 2 here in this case. So then what we will do, we will return the num. So what we have done here, we are just checking if the number becomes the majority, right? If the particular number becomes the majority, right? If the number, whatever the value of the number, if it is greater than the length of the nums by 2, then we have found the majority element. Then we have to return that majority element, nothing but return, we are returning the num in this case, right? So the final step here is, default return. When I say default return, if we are not able to reach here, if means if we don't get the majority element at all, then we have to return -1, right? So in that case, let me give, sorry, here let me return -1. So I hope the code is completely clear. Let me format the code once and let me hit the run button. So let's wait for some time. So yeah, you can clearly see here the sample test cases are getting passed. So let me hit the submit button here. So you can clearly see here all the test cases are getting passed. Means the code works absolutely correct in this case, right? So what we did initially, we had discussed this one question followed by the approach along with the complexities. Then we wrote the code accordingly with the approach, which works absolutely correct, right? So I hope the solution part is completely clear. For now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.